Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God is great. I couldn't ask for anything more than having a relationship with God, and that's real talk. Um, this it's a lot, has happened. Well, I'm gonna say a lot, but y'all know. Um, God rest his soul. They a world away from here. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. God rest, Charlie's Kirk soul. Um, I know a lot of going to be the topic of a lot of YouTubers that are mostly conservative, whatever. And I think it's extremely disgraceful the way somebody celebrate someone's death, whether you agree with the person or not. To celebrate someone's death tells me there's a whole lot wrong with it. And that's real talk. So, like I said, God bless him. God rest his soul. Praying for his family that that they're able to that they are able to overcome this. Like it amazes me how like Charlie Kirk has never hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you literally mad because he was telling the truth. That's it. You was literally mad at him for telling the truth. And I really, I don't for those that are on this live, I just want y'all to know that, just I that's why I'm doing my live this way, or for my regulars, whatever case may be. Give us a chance to talk to each other. And a world away from here, and those other ones who probably can if they got time or whatever. This is just crazy. It's ridiculously crazy what they did. Um, this is the reason why I tell people that you got to get control of your feelings and your emotions. And people want to argue, and they didn't. I can't count how many times I've heard people say about, oh, MAGA is extreme. MAGA is extreme. But I ain't seen MAGA do anything extreme yet, other than campaign for who they wanted as president. I can go at these school shootings. All of these people that's doing all this damage that so-called care so much about their virtual seem like they're so great. They're the ones doing the worst. These school shootings, those type of people. God bless you, T. Welcome in, welcome in. God bless you. These school shootings, ones running around here painting their head with blue stuff and everything. And listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, y'all see them when I do my lives the other way. And y'all see all of that. It could be 500 people on my lives. I do them this way when I want to get that stuff out of the way. But I have literally been called everything you could possibly. They're always the ones that's so loving and kind, but has never came in here and complimented anything that I say. They don't even listen to what I say. They just throw insults after insults after insults after insults after insults, and they will still sit there and act like they're the most virtuous. They're so loving and kind and accepting, but you can't accept what someone says out of their mouth to the point where you want them to die over it. Whether you agree with the person or not. I like Charlie Kirk. I listen to him. I'm not a person that was a fan of everything that he said and stuff like that. I had my views. He had his views. But for the most part, me and him agreed on a lot of stuff. For the most part, I agree with him on a lot of stuff. But I think some things that he would say that was a little bit ignorant because he didn't spend time around a segment, a group of people have a better insight on it. But that was just my perspective. Doesn't mean that I have a beef with the guy. Like I overall, I liked him a lot. Now, here's the bigger part why I like Charlie Kirk, because he was a child of Christ and he was bold about it. He never ever, regardless of how anybody feel about his opinion, that was my brother in Christ. And that is the biggest thing that I have a problem. I murdered one of my brothers in Christ. That's it. Yeah, I thought, but when I turn this, when I turn this, if I was to do my videos the other way, you wouldn't even get a chance to talk at this point, because I would have 500-600 people on here. I don't do them that way because I try to leave it open to discussion sometimes. So I don't really put into I don't put a lot of thought into what the titles of the video. I really don't. If you look at my titles, clear the thought into it. But I see your point, and you're probably making a great point, and you're more likely right than I am. But I just didn't feel like, that was just me being me, and you fam, that's just be me and me. I wasn't putting a whole lot into it. This title was because I really wasn't trying to get into the topic of what happened to Charlie Kirk and stuff like that. And I wanted who's on my channel on a regular basis, and because those that are on my channel that have wrenches and stuff, we are no longer going to tolerate that. Comes on my live, and they feel the need to throw insults and stuff like that. If you have a wrench on my channel at this point, just shut them down. I'm not being nice to these people no more. And y'all know have been on my lives a lot. I have let people say and do a whole lot of stuff say to me. I've took more insults than you can count doing YouTube. And y'all seen it. For those that's on my round, they see it. And the thing is, it's funny because they have no idea who I am. They don't even know. They don't know nothing about me. They don't know nothing. But the one thing I've always tried to do, hey, Leah, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe. The one thing I tried to do on my channel was to give people an open space to be able to say what they want. However, and yes, you're right. It was sensitive. Good morning, Leah. I appreciate you. No, it's cool, Lee. I understand. Believe me when I tell you, I understand. But this is what I mean by it. And I have given these people more. I've been called Uncle Ruckus. I've been called all types of names. And then I would tell people, look what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is what I mean by these type of people. I did not have to say a whole lot. I was giving them a space so everybody can see in kind they really say they are, because they're not. Because they're not. They all they do is throw insults and stuff like this. And listen, what I'm trying to tell you. I have a part of what's going on in my head, and it's not about me hurting or anything like that. But when I say to conservative people that have a conservative mindset, you know what I'm saying? And for some reason, conservative is a way of being. It's a way you conduct yourself. It has nothing to do with skin color. I consider myself conservative because it's just, the other thing is my relationship with Christ, my relationship with God. I want to be a better person every single day. I want to represent God the best way I can. And even though I know I have flaws, but that don't, I want my flaws to go away, and I want my life to represent God as much as possible. But these type of people always virtually signaling like they are loving, and watch people on videos literally turn around and say, "What's up, Maximum Leverage? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, brother?" Jay, it's up to you, Jay, if you want to actually come in on the live verbally. You're welcome to come in at any point. Just let me know, and I'll put the link in the chat for you. If you want to come in on the live, and we can talk about it. Anybody else that are my regulars, you want to come in on this live, you're welcome in. I have no problem with that. I don't care who you are, regular. And if you want to come in the live, I'll put you in the chat and I will bring you in. And I will bring you in and we can talk about it that way if y'all want to talk about it. But yeah, I say regulars and people that support my channel on the regular, and I know who you are. That's it. But like I said, at this point, I'm not being polite to these people no more. So I say again, even when I'm doing my lives the other way, if you have a wrench and you're moderator on my channel, and I'm doing my lives the other way, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anything that y'all feel is disrespectful, shut it down. I'm not being nice no more. I try to be open and honest with these people. I don't care about the likes. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the watch hours. If they get to that point where y'all feel as though I'm going to trust your judgment to shut them down, I can't. I'm not. My reason for doing this is because I tried to give them a voice and they can't handle that. They're so irresponsible in their behavior that they can't even handle having a voice. A voice. So at this point, I'm done with them. I'm not being nice no more. And for any, listen, I am not as nice as I may appear to be on YouTube. And thank you so much for saying that and putting that in the. But I'm excuse me, y'all. I'm here ready to put the link into the chat. And if I know who you are, I'll let you in. If you're not, if I don't know who you are, you're not coming in. So you're welcome to anybody that's in the chat that I know. You want to come in, you want to get on here live. Why are we doing this? You're welcome in. Because I know some of us are feeling the pain of what happened. We're not liking it. If you want to come in, just click to see you in. If I see who you are, I'll let you in. It's an open floor for those that are my regulars. And y'all know who y'all are. Y'all welcome in at any moment. And I don't care who you are. That way you don't have to keep typing. But and like I said, my prayer goes out to Charlie's family. And I didn't want to make this video solely about that situation. I just think that it's I think it's extremely for what they did. And I don't know if they actually found the person yet. I guess that was a little too fast, huh? Hold on. Hello, world away from here. How you doing? That's funny. But again, if you want to jump in, you're welcome to jump in at any point. It's okay. But yeah, it's like I said, and that's why I said let's talk. When I name this channel, let's see what we got. For those that are my regulars that's on the channel all the time, I know that we all feel some kind of way about it. And I feel, like I said, I feel what y'all feel. I feel y'all pain. And they don't understand something with these is they could possibly woke up a sleeping giant. They could have possibly woke up and watching videos of a lot of the conservatives, and they are pissed. And listen, hold on one second, y'all. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, brother Ron? What's happening, brother Ron?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, same old.
What's going on?
You know how it is. Look,
yeah, man. It's Shoot.
When I heard that situation, I was disgusted because the first thing that came to mind was Ron, honestly. Because Ron, you always saying how the Democrats love this buffoonery, and they're always starting this buffoonery, and they're doing everything to create this buffoonery.
Violence.
And it's amazing how the one person of the same persuasion, being white, they felt the need to take him out because he spoke his mind against the buffoonery. So it's kind of interesting in how everybody is afraid to actually go and look for the person that shot him. I'm just saying.
Wow.
The video I saw showed 4 people pointing to the roof where the person was at because they saw the person.
I know.
So, look.
Ain't nobody said anything.
Ain't nobody saying nothing. They went after the poor bald-headed old man that was walking down the aisle and running probably. But you know, this is your channel. And as always, I respect your channel. I respect your words, even though Ron's opinion don't matter. But in my word, Ron's opinion matters. And it's a damn terrible thing that all these people that claim to be on the righteous side do not find out who and why and how fast this person was able to get away. I'm just saying, you're in the middle of the school's campus. Was somebody really paying attention or they were not paying attention?
They listen, I seen somebody with a video of showing the guy on the roof. If you see somebody on the roof with a gun aiming at the crowd, now I don't know if this was the one that took the shot. But again, say something. Why wouldn't you? And here's the thing: what I don't understand is that you know they're going to try to make this into this is what they mean by you should not have firearms and stuff like that. But all the school shootings we've seen has been these type of people doing it. But the news media don't ever talk about that part. They'll talk about the school shooting, but they don't talk about the transgenders and these liberal people. They don't talk. They try to undermine that part.
That's because it don't fit the narrative. They're not going to get views on it. I'll give you another example. Look at the young lady that got stabbed.
Go ahead.
The young lady got stabbed up in North Carolina on the train. Nobody hit that one. They didn't hit it heavily. It's because it doesn't fit the narrative. As long as it doesn't fit the narrative, they're not going to put anything to it. And I could look, and I'll give you another one. The video that I did, the reaction video I did about that lady that turned around and told the guy to shoot the damn driver. She never got arrested. No charges were put up against her. None. The state didn't even take over. Because I looked it up. Left, right, up, down, every single direction. I looked her up. Nobody did nothing about that. It just doesn't fit the narrative. If it doesn't fit the narrative, no one's going to say and do anything about it. Bottom line. Because the more cloud of smoke they create, the better it is. This is fact. And all they're going to do is turn around and blame Trump. You can't blame a person with something that's been happening for centuries. It just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to
win with these people.
And they don't want to win. They just want to keep creating smoke. They just want to keep creating clouds of smoke so that no one pays attention to what they're doing. That's what it is. It's just the same thing like a lot of people don't know.
Right.
When the laws are being written and the laws in the cities and the states and certain towns that people live in, the laws are written and signed between the hours of 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. when most people are sleeping. Why do you think that is? Same reason. They don't want the people to know what's going on. It's a cloud of smoke. So all these people talking about how, it's wrong or it's right or he was right for getting, because I've seen some videos where some people were chanting about that he was murdered. Okay. You shouldn't be chanting because in actuality, he was right. Because if you don't know what you are, then guess what? Go back to your birth certificate and look at what they assigned you when you were born, male or female. Listen, you have the right to call yourself whatever you want, but don't force it on somebody else. That doesn't make any sense. And when you come to common sense, society doesn't have common sense no more. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. You try to have a common sense conversation with someone, they look at you like you 3 times over. They don't understand the look and spit you're saying. Everything now, it's got an acronym.
Right. This dude, I mean, A to Z, right? This statement right here is a whole lot. He said, freedom of speech once again being paid in patriotic blood. Now, the average person will probably read that and say, what does he mean? I'm going to tell you exactly what he means. When you go to war, it's patriots that are going out there spilling blood. The freedom of speech is given to you because people signed up to put their life on the line for you to have space. You don't see none of these liberals and you don't see none of these type of people signing up to go to war for them to have the very same freedom of speech that they use it. The minute they talking about the draft, look how fast they was quick to cry and say, oh, we don't want to be drafted. You didn't see no patriots complaining.
You're right.
You saw these trifling behind liberals, scared, cowards.
Yeah.
And then, but the people, again, the patriots, the ones that put their life on the line is the one that allow you to be in the space that you are in right now to even do that. Again, what I keep telling people, you're going to wake up a sleeping giant. And it's going to be, they're going to get to it where they're going to say, we don't care no more. It's hands off.
Yep.
Because they're not going to let people like that keep dying senselessly because you're going to have no control over your emotions.
Right.
Your feelings.
Right.
This is where it gets outrageous. And this is the reason why is sometimes I tried to get away from talking political because it just get too much. But this is the reason why I can never really get off this subject. And this is the reason why people like me has to keep talking the way I'm talking, because if I stop talking, the voice goes away.
Yeah. So keep talking.
And
keep preaching.
You will never. I guess, I don't know. But you will never be able to fear me into it. I'm not afraid. Because here's the thing about that, and this is the thing about walking with God. Once you know where you're going, nothing else matters. Once it's settled inside me, because it's internally something going on inside of me that you can't physically see that says that and that's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. You don't think Charlie Kirk knew that they might come? The same way people knew that day might come. When you stand up for something that's right, and that don't mean you're going to be 100% correct across the board. It's the same way Jesus said. When he went to the cross, he knew he was going to die. And you understand something. When you stand on something, it doesn't mean you're right about everything. But you're trying to stand on something that is right. And when you're trying to stand on something that is right, you're not going to be 100 all the time. But you can see your motive behind them is to try to better the world, the community, the people around you, and everything, and to give you real useful information. But because watched a lot of people so much that they can't get out of their head. Listen, if I talk to somebody from the hood right now, they can't see past what they've been brainwashed.
The fact.
They don't. What I'm saying is actually helpful to them. Go ahead, bro.
No, what you're saying is facts. And it's unfortunate that everything you're saying is true, even though there's some people, even in this chat room, even people watching, they're going to say it's not true, that you're talking out your butthole. But in actuality, it's like you said, it is the truth. And until they accept the truth, they're not really going to know what's going on. And that's part of the problem.
Jay, you said about the smoke, right?
Go ahead.
You said about the smoke, right?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to tell y'all what I mean, what Jay means about bunch of smoke and mirrors. How much the Democratic Party pushed this DEI stuff, right? I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. They made it look like black people were benefiting from DEI and program. They never once told you, and this is the smoke. When they bring out these type of programs, the white liberals are the one by far that benefit from them, and the well is dry by the time you get to it. Did not tell you about it until it was dried up. Every time they come out with these programs, they fish it to you like it's for y'all. They consume everything. When you get to it, there is nothing left but crumbs. That's why the vast majority of people that benefit from DEI programs were white. And it's nothing against white people. But they were the LGBT community. But then Al Sharpton, people like Al Sharpton and Roland Martin and all these idiots got y'all out there protesting for something that did not benefit you. Dry. And this is the reason why I talk the way that I talk. Listen, it says Ron's opinion don't matter. But at the end of the day, like my brother Jay said, there's a lot of things that does matter. And if you start to look at the results of what I was saying then, and you look at what's going on right now, you be like, that brother keeps saying it don't matter, but this stuff keep coming up.
Yeah.
And listen, they can argue with me. Or listen, I get on that live, and Jay, you've seen it, 300, 400, 500 people. And I'm not saying all of them are arguing with me, but there might be 10 to 15 of them in there trying to say, arguing against what I'm saying. But in reality, they are not loving and kind. These people, like I said, they work for Satan. Ain't that what I said, Jay? Work for Satan.
Yes, it is. Yes,
why would you want?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna stand there 10 toes.
So my thing is this.
Yes, he did.
All right, so tell me what bad thing that man done. What did Charlie that was so bad that he deserved to be murdered?
Well, if you ask, society, society's gonna say it's because he wasn't fair.
I'm saying, who did Charlie Kirk murder?
That's what they're gonna say. He wasn't
Charlie Kirk murder
that group.
He ain't got to be.
But that's what it was. Because if you notice in almost every
they not fair to know.
He talks about common sense. And he geared himself to talk about common sense. And the ones that really kept coming up to him was all about the alphabet group. About, a man has a right to be a woman has a right to be a man. You can't tell them this, you can't tell them that, you shouldn't judge them. But yet he asked a simple, qualified question. So I'm supposed to respect somebody's wishes, but they don't want to respect my words. How does that work? Even now when he turns around, he simply tells everybody, it's simple mathematics. You go to school just because you went to school and you spent a lot of money. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college, but you want to stand here with a bullhorn just to be heard. Yeah, I didn't go to college, and I'm just standing underneath the tent talking to thousands of people. What was it that I did, but you didn't do? I spoke just common sense. You want to run in books. You ain't gonna work that way. It's just a lot of stuff. But the majority of the times is because someone didn't like the fact that he was going against the right way to live, the common sense way, things that make more sense. 2 + 2 is 4, not 22. All right, real simple.
Right.
Okay, and that was his thing. Forget about his religious beliefs. Forget about what his family. Listen, I am all for his family being hurt, and it was a wrong thing to do. What I don't like is the fact that they took his life more so, and everybody's going to try to blame it on Trump now because he was Trump's best friend and or best associate because he's done a lot of things with Trump.
Listen, I blame it
and
on
they're going to try to swing it on Trump. I know it.
To pick up the gun. Well, here's the thing: they're going to blame everything on Trump. And here's the thing: Trump is he's up enough to be able to stomach it. He already know what he's going to be up against. I don't think Trump is going to, his feathers are ever going to be ruffled. Listen, once you take a bullet to the air, nothing else matters.
Yeah. But now did you not?
I know that Trump has a backbone.
Go ahead, Jay. That's kind of interesting on how Trump had got shot in the ear and how now Charlie Kirk got shot in the throat. It seems that they keep trying to take out the ones that have the voice by the head.
Yep.
And they're losing. It just happened to be that he was leaning in the wrong direction.
Wait on. Listen.
Donald, get out of here.
They're going to lose.
Donald needs to go
somewhere. This is right. I didn't already deleted one of his comments because, and again, you come in and you say one thing, but you don't even mean what you're saying. And but he's another one that has that level of immaturity that don't even know how to run. You get what I'm saying? These are the type of people, and he's one of the ones that come in with this virtue signal, like they all so kind and nice and stuff, but then throw out insult.
That's because they're afraid.
Because one of your cult leaders died.
people, I see this. I see people who are raving and happy and making sense of how Charlie had lost his life.
I seen it too.
Those are people who are afraid of the truth. Those are people who are afraid to come back to what is reality. They want to keep living in this figmentative world, believing that everything is nothing but unicorns and leprechauns and rainbows, but they don't want to see what's actually happening. They don't want to accept the truth. Right. You have to be a righteous person first before you can actually believe in a rainbow. It's real simple. You can't believe in a leprechaun and not believe that there's something that created it. That's first and foremost. So if you cannot understand that there's a creator behind everything that you want to make believe on, then you got a problem. And I think that's the reason why they didn't like the fact that he was saying what he said. Because in every video he does, he talks common sense, real common sense.
Right.
And people got angry at him. I mean, even it didn't matter the age, it didn't matter the creed, it didn't matter the race, it didn't matter the nationality, it didn't matter if they were homosexual, bisexual, trisexual, polysexual, whatever the hell they want to call them. It just wound up being people who did not like common sense. And when you don't like common sense, you're the one that's going to create all the hysteria in the world. It's real simple.
Listen, I can do you one better, bro. Charlie Kirk has said stuff that I had to stomach. I do you one better. He has said stuff that I personally has had to stomach. Why? Because I'm a black man in America.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm a black man in America. And when he started talking about certain statistics, and I'm not saying he's 100% correct on it, but my thing is this: as a black man, it still puts me in the equation of what he's talking about. Jay, we all know melanated. That's what we try to go with. But I'm just trying to make a point here: is that sometimes when somebody says something, you have to stomach it because it kind of hits you too. Because well, I'm from there.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean I'm a participant in what's going on. It's still going to hit me internally because, like, yeah, he make a point. I don't like it, but he makes a point. You know, and I'm not saying he was right about everything. My point is that if you're a person, if you're a real person, you got an open mind. Sometimes somebody's gonna say something that gonna hit home at you, and it's how you take it. Like. And never once did I get mad at somebody. I didn't get mad and say, man, I hope that something happened to him. No, I had to sit there and say, man, he kind of hit my neighborhood, he hit me. But here's the thing: I have said that has hit someone else. And they didn't come back and say, "Oh, some of them probably want me dead too." But you understand my?
Well, I understand, and it's just like myself. I tell
that's why you spoke in dialogue to be able.
You can't sugarcoat a lot of things. You just can't sugarcoat certain things. You can't. And if you keep trying to sugarcoat things that just don't make sense, then you part of the ignorance behind what is you talking about. And Charlie's not that type of person to be ignorant or talk ignorance behind what he stands. It doesn't fit. And I understand that. I understand. There's times I just say exactly what's on my mind. And yeah, I hurt a lot of feelings and I hurt a lot of people. You know, is it wrong? Yeah. Do I own up to it? Sometimes, I'll be honest. You know, yeah, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate. You know, if you say what you say, you say what you feel. You got to deal with it. We all heard it many, many years ago when we was all growing up. The truth hurts, right?
Uh-huh.
So if the truth hurts, the truth hurts. But I'm not with those people that want to believe that he deserved to die, because in that sense, no one deserves to die.
No. The truth hurt, but right after the truth hurts, guess what it does? It starts healing.
Right.
If you accept it. If you accept the truth, it starts healing.
Right.
Because here's the point. Let's say you got something that you heard internally and you're not telling it. You know you need to tell the truth. How many times have we seen somebody finally tell the truth and they say, oh, man, you know what? I feel so much better now.
Plenty.
Because it's no longer eating you up inside.
Plenty times.
Eating you at you. Now you're like, I'm free. So that's my point. The minute you expose it, here's the thing. I give it to you this way. The Bible says that confess yourself one to another, right?
Right.
It says confess your faults one to another. And I want to make a point to this, is that if you hold on to certain things, you know what ends up happening, uses it against you, because what he does is he drags you into the form of embarrassment. That's why it's easy to blackmail somebody who has a secret. Because if I know you have a secret and I mention you don't want nobody to know, I could blackmail you because I know you have a secret. But if I confess all of my faults, what can you hold against me?
You got nothing to hold against me.
You got nothing to hold against me. See, the only reason why it's telling you to do that is so that Satan won't have control over you. You'll get over what people think. Because you done already told it. Now he can't manipulate you because everybody already know. Yeah, I told. See how easy that go?
Yeah,
now,
listen to what you said. The key word you said
is actually telling
easy. The key word you said was easy. No, they don't want it easy. They want it difficult because the difficulty makes other things appear normal. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's the bottom line. The more difficult, the more chaos. Chaos creates a whole lot of stuff. Remember, many years ago, they said, and this is where this is what drives up a war. Chaos creates wars. Wars create money. Money creates riches. Richness creates a lot of selfishness. So, are we not in that direction right now?
Can't tell nothing.
Can't tell them nothing. They can't tell them nothing, and that's the bottom line. So the only thing I gotta say about these people who are ranting and raving about this man losing his life, I'm gonna tell you like this without sugarcoating it. Then you need to lose both your feet and both your hands because you don't deserve to be walking around normally. Real simplified. Because if you feel the need to actually be joyful that someone had lost their life for speaking their mind, this goes right back to all those individuals that want us be what they feel to be. Whether it's male, female, male, walk around with little kids and do things wrong to little kids and do things wrong to adults and kill people left and right, then you know what? Then whatever happens to you, it happens to you and you deserve it. Because let's not forget, whatever you do to somebody, you may get away with it today, but you got to pay the piper. You got to pay the piper. Goes back to the book of Job. That's it.
I was watching this one guy, big guy, like he was, he would just, he said in his video, he was just like, he said, I'm done. I ain't being polite no more. He just like, I'm not done, but I'm not. But my thing is that I'm listening to him, but I'm more so watching his body language. And he was too calm. He was too calm. And when I see somebody that, in my mind, it's like, oh, somebody gonna catch it from him. They gonna catch it. He's not. He said, I'm sick. He said, listen, this woke mentality, all of that stuff. These blue hair people, and he was like, I'm done. I'm done being nice. I'm done being nice. And all I kept saying to myself is he never said he was going to shoot like that. I already know that he going to clock somebody. He going to clock him. The minute they say one thing off the wall with him, he going to put them either with one good punch or he going to choke them out. And I'm not condoning violence, but give me a second.
As you go do what you gotta do, I'm
not violent, but
I'm gonna ask this one simplified question to you, Ron. Why is it that so many people claim to want to be leaders, but yet they're followers? Because you mentioned blue hair,
right?
You said blue hair people, and I know what you meant with the blue hair people. And I'm gonna ride that coattail right there. Blue hair people, red hair people, pink hair people, purple hair people. Every color of the spectrum on that rainbow is in the hair. If you claim to be so much of a leader, why are you choosing to follow someone else? And you can't tell me because you're trying to be unique, or you're trying to show your freedom to do what you want to do. Why are you following someone else is my question. Why do you think they do choose to follow somebody else instead of being themselves? That's I don't understand.
In my opinion, I think it's. In my opinion, I don't think people like. Listen. I'm not going to excuse people's behavior and say, "Oh, it's all Satan," because you choose who you serve. He might be the one that's kind of motivating you, but again, you choose who you serve. You choose this. How in the world can you possibly? Here's the thing. You're evil. Some of these people are devil worshipers, Satan worshipers. They don't even. A lot of these people think. But my thing is this: but they'll come around like they're a wolf in sheep clothing. They like they for you this and that and that and that. And because sometimes we have a tendency to not read between the lines and not actually look at the real intent, it always turns into stuff. And the reason why I said blue hair people, because that's what the guy was saying. He was a white guy, but he was just kind of big cowboy type of dude. But I understood what he was saying. And he wasn't talking about with people and stuff like that. What he was saying, he was literally going at the liberals. He was making it clear who he's talking about. He wasn't talking about black people.
But that includes black people.
He wasn't talking about white people. He's talking about a group of people because they're the ones keep doing it.
Anybody who has blue hair, and I like the way he put it. If you got blue hair, you're gonna get it. Real simple. And I know what he meant too. I just piggybacked off of that to throw something else out there. Because in essence, we got to go back to how we're looking at how people just doing things they ain't supposed to be doing on their own common sense. They know it shouldn't be done, but they're choosing to do it. So as they choose to do it, it's because someone that has blue hair wants them to do it to create chaos, to create some type of diversion. So, listen. Right. People want to be stupid.
You remember my cousin Anthony, right? And me and him had a conversation outside of YouTube or whatever. We were just talking. And he started laughing. He was like, Ron, he said, it's funny how I hear people say stuff about what they say online about you or this and that. He said, I laugh because they really don't know you. He said, they say out of their mouth about you, they really don't know you. He said, you're my brother. He said, we've been growing up in the same age, experience a lot of the same stuff, right? He said, they act like you just turned this way yesterday, or you came conservative like in the last month or so. He said, and I didn't even remember this story. He said, I remember in the neighborhood, these guys stole a car. And they was speeding around in the neighborhood. They jumped out the car while the car was top started to go chase them. And I caught them. I ran them down. And I caught them. I was in my 20s when this happened. Because I was fast on my feet. He started running. I ran, shot him down, caught him. Cops get their hands on him. You know what I mean? Got out of the way and just kind of walked away. Let the cops do what they do. I grabbed him, held him enough for the cops to take him, and they did what they had to do.
Right.
I'm not for criminals. Y'all listen. By the time the cops caught them, they done already wrecked 10 people's cars and got out the car while it was still moving on a city block, and it's ran into the back of another car. No, people got to get up and go to work. They got to take care of their family. There's so many things that's going to be affected by this that y'all don't care about. Do you not know that the knuckleheads in my neighborhood was me? Because I stopped it and I caught him. Now he said, Ron been like that since life. He said he grew up in the hood, but he didn't. I'm looking at it like, no, these people work for their stuff.
Right.
And now you know what that cop did? It was a white cop. I granted them, they did what they had them, put in. And this is early in the morning, Jay. Early in the morning, like literally early in the morning. I'm an early morning person. You know that. I'm always early.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is like maybe 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. The cop, when he finally gets him in the car, him and the other guy in the car, whatever case may be, he comes over there and he shakes my hand and says, "Thank you for your help." I didn't have, but listen, this is my community. I'm not going to let y'all terrorize my neighborhood because eventually it might be my car.
I got to laugh, and I'll tell you why in a moment.
Go ahead, bro.
Everything you're talking about, when I tell you hits close to home, and I'll explain why. Because I grew up the same way. You know, I grew up with that nonsense. People stealing cars, people stealing stuff from everybody. And that's something that, you know, you and I, we talked about this before, you know, off camera and stuff like that. How we did a lot of things when we was young growing up. But we always wanted to take it from somebody else. We didn't take it from our own people, right? It's kind of funny how you say that. People now, they take it from their own people. Like you said, the people got to get up and go to work. They got to take the kids to school. They got to go to the hospital. They got to do things. And you taking the only part of transportation. The reason why I started laughing was because when I used to live up north, everybody got mad at me for being the neighborhood cop because, of course, I made sure everybody in the block knew who I was. I let everybody who did the buffoonery, look, you're on my block. You keep it away from this block. If you don't want no trouble, you don't want no trouble with the law, just keep it off the block. And they looked at me like I was crazy until one day, this one lady across, she lived across the road from us, and her car got broken into. And she was angry that they stole her car. Stole it. Okay. But within 10, 15 minutes, I kid you not, within 15 minutes, the cops found her car and arrested the 3 kids that stole her car. She came back and the cops came over and said, well, if it wasn't for him and this guy here, we would never have been able to catch him. And she thanked me left and right. And the only thing I turned around and said to her, I said, but you were one of the ones that turned around and said to me, you didn't want my assistance. You didn't like the fact that everybody knew who I was. But also now you're happy that I'm the one that's called the cops for you, right? But see, this goes back to what you're saying, how you look out for the neighborhood. Some people like it, some people don't.
Right.
That's why I started laughing, because I've done it. I've done it. And people don't like it. But yet
a funny story.
It's just messed up.
I got a funny story, man. Especially before I close off this live. You gotta hear this. And
I'm always up for stories, man. Come on, bring it.
Y'all gotta hear this story. One day, I come home, right? Matter of fact, I was coming home from church. And right on the corner of my mother's block, I come in the house. I seen my mom blocking. And when I say it's only like 30 feet away from my mom's house. And I didn't realize I see him standing there. I'm like, I know him. But I know him, but I'm not like cool with him, but I know him. So and my mom is sitting in the house and she's like, here they go. And I said, Mom, what's wrong with you? She was like, they've been out there on that corner selling drugs the whole time. I called the police 3 hours ago. They never came and showed up, right? So I'm looking at my mom. I said, they've been out there selling drugs the whole time? She said, yeah. I said, oh, okay, I got this, Mom. Ooh. I said, don't worry, Mom, I got this, right? So I go, excuse me, hold on 1 second.
Ooh, that cold is coming out.
Y'all know I'm still fighting with this cold, but I'll be all right. I told my mom, and I said, Mom, don't worry, but I got this. I go out there. I go get my Bible, Jay. And I go stand out there with them. I got my Bible open. And them about God.
No, he didn't do a Jehovah's Witness with the drug dealers.
So I go talk to them about God. So I'm talking to them about God.
Reverend Old Day.
So the next day, the next day, they back out there again. I go right back out there with my Bible, to them about God, right? So eventually they left.
Okay.
Right? And my mom was like, she said, you better be careful. They careful. I got God. I ain't worried about them. Whatever happens to me, happen. I said, but 2 things, Mom, that's going to come out of this. She said, what? I said, either they gonna get saved and get their life in Christ, or they gonna get tired and gonna leave.
Right.
Two things gonna come out of it. I said, either way, I win.
Right.
So after a while, they just left, right? Selling drugs on the corner, never came. Listen, when I say, Jay, I was still in my early 20s when this happened. No one ever sold drugs on that corner again. Up until this day, no one has ever sold drugs on this corner. But here's the funniest, I ran into one of the guys. One of them was Hispanic, right? Okay. I ran into him probably about 10 years later. And he told me what happened. He was like, you remember when I was out there trying to sell drugs on the corner? I was like, yeah, I remember. He said, you came out there and you started preaching about God and stuff. He said, man, I started feeling so guilty. He said, that's why we just left, man. He was like, I told my homie, like, he was the big man. He was the one bringing in the stuff. He was like, I told him, man, don't go back on that corner no more. He's like, man, he said, I don't know what it was. He said, listen, he said, I do what I do, man. He said, man, I said, man, I'm not touching the dude. Wow. I ain't doing nothing. And it never happened again.
Wow.
And it never happened again. That's my cousin. And some of this stuff I forget.
Wow.
Some of this stuff I forget.
So Ron, you officially
and a lot of this stuff I'll be forgetting myself.
Reverend Odell.
So when I tell people experiences throughout my life, I can tell you, I got hundreds and thousands of stories. Kid you not. That's why I refuse to let somebody quiet me up. Because my thing is this, if God is all powerful and I'm his child, it's his job to protect me as long as I'm doing what he tells me to do. Now, when I go on my own, that's a different story. But my point is this, is that, and I got stories like that has happened over. My thing is this wasn't what if I was in charge of me, I wouldn't be me like I am now.
I apologize. That's a real funny statement right there. That's a real funny statement. Reverend Debo. Here comes Reverend Debo. Everybody run. Oh my gosh, Reverend Odell OG Debo coming down the block again.
It's hilarious, right? Now here's the thing. And then here's the thing, that's my cousin, right? So a lot of what she's saying is truthful. Now listen. See if it's on there, right? How many of the family members since then started going to church? And serving God.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's funny. That is funny.
Cooking them shrimp. A lot. Okay. So
this is the point that I make about having a relationship with God. And again, I'm not because of me, but my point is, God is all powerful, not me. I ain't nobody. All I said was, God, if you saying if what I was just saying to me is real, you got to show it to me from a physical sense. Meaning that you said you're gonna save my household, you're gonna save my family if I keep my walk with you, and there's the proof right there. Now they can still have a choice. Choose he this day who you gonna serve. But my point is, God honored his word with me because he knew how I felt about my family, and I didn't want nobody to go to hell. That was my mom. Like, I don't want nobody to go to hell. And if it means I have to suffer the embarrassment of riding around blasting my music and blasting church and preaching, I didn't see it as embarrassment, but a lot of times people will look at it and they make fun of you. They say, "Oh, you what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't understand something, bro. What I'm trying to offer you is eternal life through Jesus Christ, nothing else. I can't offer you nothing else but that."
Right.
And the other part is, I don't want to be that person that's a tyrant to their neighborhood and their community.
That's a powerful movement there.
And that is my point. And listen, and that's my cousin who I love, like, you know, and I don't even see her that often. But is that you're gonna suffer something, you know, like you're gonna be hated of men, you're gonna be made fun of, you're gonna be called names, all types of stuff. I went through it all. So when I'm on these lives, Jay, and they make fun of do you not understand what I've been through in my life?
Look, they ain't doing nothing but making you laugh and giving you content to talk about. We both know that. Hell, even I know that.
Idea.
The little bit of time that I know you, man, that's... Come on now. Look, I must say the same thing. All they doing is bringing you more content and giving you five, you know.
What's up, my brother? 47.
Giving that more information to talk about. That's all I'm saying.
What's up, my brother? 47, man. God bless you, man. God bless you, bro. God bless you, man. Yeah, we did a little earlier, man. You know what I mean? Our heart goes out to the family and to everybody that's affected by this. It's not just, you know, Charlie Kirk. We affected, you know, we feel, you know, we all hurt by it. We also feel some kind of way about it to his family, but it also goes out to everybody that's affected by that. And I know you are too, man, because I know you're a conservative man, and we pray you out there, because I know you out there, you know, delivering them goods, man, and you stay safe out there. Love you, bro.
Yeah,
real
man,
talk.
Gotta stay safe, definitely. I don't know what. See, this generation with these acronyms, I don't have no clue what ATP stands for, but I understand the concept.
Me neither, but that's cool. She ain't even that young. She ain't that far away from us. But I know they use a lot of language we probably wouldn't know about.
I mean, look. I just don't understand.
Yeah, man. I you know, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing to see somebody that was out there doing great things lose their life.
And it's worse, man.
But I don't think Charlie. This is about it. I don't think Charlie would have ever.
Okay.
I think he knew.
Thank you.
I think that Charlie already knew that there was a possibility, and I think that he was. If there was any way to die, he died doing what he loved to do.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
He died with purpose. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that it happened the way it happened, but I know that Charlie Kirk, you know, he was doing what he would love to do.
You know, unfortunately, when we go back to what, of course, a lot of articles say, people that lost their lives because of someone else, especially when you're talking about rifle shooting, people who shoot from afar. Most of those people that were shot from afar lost their life with something that they wanted to do and expose something to everybody in society. Mm-hmm. That's the sad part. That's the real sad part, because if we look at it, what the books have written, look at what happened with Kennedy. Kennedy was shot from afar. Martin Luther King was shot from afar, and Trump was shot from afar. We now see Kirk, Charlie Kirk was shot from afar.
Yep.
So far, that's 4 people off the top of my head that I could come up with right now that were just trying to show society a different way of looking at life and what was needed to be in life, and somebody didn't like it. I mean, it's a terrible thing, and I'm sure there's many others out there that were shot from afar because they were talking about how life is supposed to be, and it's just a terrible factor. So
right. Because you have so much evil in your heart, you hate good that much.
Yes,
that's it. You listen. You have so. If you look back, and you got so much evil and hate in your heart that you're willing to take someone's life off of what they were saying, not what they did to you.
Right.
They didn't come take nothing from you, rob you, steal you, all based off of what they said.
And what they said that was not even intended for you, the shooter. That's where it even gets even more interesting. I'm just saying. Because I'm sure Charlie didn't know who that shooter was. And it's a dang shame.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I don't and in some of these statements by the Democrats, I hate to say it, I forget what it was with the CNN, not CNN, but I think it was MSNBC, whatever they won. But they always they can't never be straight up. Like they never can't stand for what is right. You know what I'm saying? Like they're so locked into their party that they can't even stand up and say what's right. They so afraid of the people of their party because this ain't got. Listen, you know what's right and you know what's wrong. So afraid of the people of your party that you can't. The only person that slightly stands up on the Democratic side is John Fetterman, and he's not radically standing up. He plays a little further away than the rest of them. The rest of them, and that's what I told people. I said, this is not about Democrat, Republican. This is about good and evil. And Democrats chose evil. That's it. They chose to participate in evil. They're not. That's why I tell people they're not what y'all think they are. They love crime. They love destruction. They love chaos and all of this other stuff. And now, what was the like when you look at when they was in Washington, any video, Jay, when they was down there marching in Washington against Trump about the National Guard being there,
right?
The vast majority of the people that was out there walking was white liberals.
Yeah.
The vast majority of them were white liberals, right? Marching in Washington, D.C. because they're upset because no more black people are dying in Washington. Now, on the surface, it looks like they're there. Oh, we want the National Guard going. But what they really want is they want the National Guard to get out the way so black people, the criminals, can have more black people and killing each other. This is what the white liberals want. But they're not going to say that's what they want. That's why they out there marching. They on the surface, it look like they're marching for rights. We don't want is the death and destruction in the community. Because the only thing the National Guard, listen, how many people did the National Guard kill since they've been there?
What, zero? Zero.
How many people the National Guard been there? So how can you say in your mouth that the National Guard is the reason for the crime and chaos when all of the crime and chaos diminished once they showed up? But wait, so the other stuff, the other element can have free reign to destruction and stuff like that again. See how virtually signal that look like? They out there marching and saying that they're there because they want the National Guard. What they really want is the crime and destruction and the black people to keep killing the black people like they don't. They don't want nothing better. It's the same reason why they're fighting to keep them out of Chicago. It's because they want the black on black crime, the white on white crime. They want all of that stuff to keep going on in that community. They don't want you to live because they love death.
There's so many videos out there showing how
that's why they want it, because they love death and they want destruction.
It's disgusting.
This is what they want.
Of course, this is what they want. Because the more destruction creates more money for themselves.
But don't like they're doing something right for money. And it's all at the end of the day is money, but the money never makes it to the community.
It's not designed that way.
It makes it to their pockets. When they start money that these people are making, your neighborhood still look like crap. Your streets are falling apart. Chicago, like right now, Chicago has a $1.5 billion deficit. They broke. And then they sitting there trying to say, they're sitting there because they gave all this so-called money to illegals, but they didn't give it to the illegals. That's where everybody's getting it wrong at. They didn't illegals. What they gave it to them was their cronies that owned the hotels and the apartment buildings that was housing them for $5,000 a room every month. That money. They didn't get it. It never made it to the community.
It wasn't designed that way.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't. The reason why I do my videos and I talk the way I talk, and that's why I try to give people some substance. And I tell people to invest your money, be smart about it. Don't be out here reckless with your money. Make sure your money is working for you. In order for you to obtain wealth in this country, it's there for anyone and everybody. But you have to be disciplined enough to go at it the right way. They can't stop you. If you don't, if you continue all it, that's why they keep trying to tell you, oh, buy that nice car, buy that fancy clothes, and they keep throwing all of this glitz and glamour around while you broke. You bragging about the fact that you got a Michael Kors pocketbook, or you driving around in an $80,000 car. Meanwhile, you can't make your rent.
Speak it. I done shown it. I done shown that.
You can't even pay your car insurance.
Listen, I've done enough videos on that.
You done enough. That's what I was getting to. That point was when we watch your show. When we watch your show and we see this stuff, I mean, we joke about some of the stuff that's going on and stuff, but here's the serious part of it. The serious part of it is that how many times we watch Jay do lives, seeing all of that money sitting around that house, consumed up into expensive stuff, and because they're so attached to the item, all they had to sell all of that stuff. And they could have made their rent.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And now here's the thing, Jay. How many times I could be on this live and I can talk and stuff like that. And I talk this stuff on lives and I talk it off live. I talk it probably more off live than I do on live. And guess what ends up happening? The vast majority of people take what I say as nothing. Zero. And I'm not saying I'm right about everything. And it don't mean I'm right about all these stocks. But my point is, they will take it lightly. And my thing is this, is that, all right, whatever. You didn't have a chance. You didn't say it was an opportunity. You didn't say you didn't get anything about it. When all that stuff crashed, Jay, what did I kept saying? Trump said bye?
Yeah, you did. it was too hard for them.
You might want to jump on board.
It was too hard for them. It was too hard for them. It was too hard for them to invest a small amount and just leave it there. There was too many steps right there for them to do that. I, on the other hand, I did exactly what you said. I took a little bit that I had, I invested it, and I'm quite happy now. Okay, so it was too many steps. Anything over 3 steps for a lot of these people is too much. Even like you said, even the videos that we watch when I do my reaction videos, $60,000 car sitting in the damn driveway, and you talking about you ain't paying your rent. You got $30,000 worth of material inside your house, and you ain't paying rent. You got freaking 5 people making $20,000 each inside your house, and you ain't paying nobody's rent. Nobody's paying rent. It's because again, you prefer to take from others than to take care of yourself. That's the bottom line. It's the way it is. People, if it's too many steps for the average person to be self-sustained, they aren't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it. And as long as there's someone out there that's greedy for money, and it's almost everywhere, that they're greedy for money. They're going to keep creating these clouds of smoke. So the smoke and the clouds and all this other stuff and all this chaos just keeps creating this money so they can keep getting rich and they keep getting the money. Look, you said it before, and I'm going to piggyback off it. If you just look at the mayor of Chicago, how is it possible that this man has had so much money coming to the city and his own constituents were calling him out on it? I mean, it's you cannot lie. You cannot lie. You cannot lie when the truth is right in front of you. And that word alleged, I'm so tired of hearing that word alleged. Is disgusting because alleged says there's no proof, but when you got the proof, it's no longer alleged. So I mean, really think about this. It's just nasty how people just don't want to listen to common sense. Ron, you do your stocks. You talk about things, and we appreciate what you talk about. And the only reason why I'm talking now is because I think you're frozen in time. So we're waiting for you to come back. You talk, even though your channel says Ron's opinion don't matter, I believe it matters. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down to anybody else who doesn't believe it does not matter. It does matter. And like I told to many, many people, and I'll say it again, don't ever say someone didn't tell you, because if I told you, then someone told you. Ron tells you, it's Ron told you. That means someone has told you. And as I thought, Ron's channel went to bye-bye. He'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back because I'm on his channel. It's not on my channel, so I'm on his channel. So we're going to wait to see Ron pop back in. Hopefully the camels and the gazelles and the giraffes start playing nice again and hold up his satellite so he get his Wi-Fi back, because it's kind of odd that his Wi-Fi done kicked him out. Here he comes. Hey, Ron. Welcome back, Ron. You gave a good kick in the giraffe's butt. We can hold that dang on satellite right. Scottish Blue Ball, thank you for joining.
You ran away and you came back.
Welcome, Scottish Blue. There's two different channels, and I'm sure Ron is the host of the show. I'm just a guest.
Yes.
So Ron's opinion don't matter has asked the Fantastic Show to be a guest on his show. And if this is your first time here and listening, give you a quick update. If you want to know about the channels, just subscribe to both channels and you get to know what's going on, because I'm not going to overtalk the host.
Yes.
And I'm going to turn it right
back. You got it, bro.
Now the host is here again.
My house is your house. Yes, please subscribe to both channels. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you hitting that like button. Appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Subscribe to both channels. Okay, put your channel in the chat if you can, real quick. This way, if somebody else come in and they want to subscribe, they can. But yeah, my channel, also, if you looking for some hair care, skincare products, subscribe to Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. All natural, organic, great product. You might want to check out the store. Or if you have. Thank you. Appreciate you. Join the family. Make sure you come back and have fun with us. Jay, I was I got a lot of stuff that I bought stock wise and over the years and stuff like that, man. But I remember when Robinhood, I'm bringing this up for a reason. I remember when Robinhood first came out, and they was the Robinhood platform was under attack. Like, but people didn't realize this, and I saw this where it was happening. They was under attack, meaning that these other platforms and these other big money, they was trying to do everything they can do around disrupting the game, meaning that it was giving the average Joe an opportunity to be an investor. Now, other people may see it differently, but this is how I saw it. I said, are they really trying to come at this Robinhood? They whipped them out the game because, they don't like the no charge on your trading and stuff like that. And it was cutting into their pockets. And I said to somebody, I said, man, if Robinhood is able to weather the storm that they're coming at him, they're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I'm holding Robinhood stock at $14 a share. Right now. You know what Robinhood stock is at right now, Jay?
Talk to me.
$120.
120? You said 120.
$120. Yep.
You know what I'm doing right now, right? Give me a minute.
Now, Robinhood just got put on the S&P 500. They own the S&P 500. Of course, that's a stock that don't pay dividends, bro. That's not even my real move. By and large, I don't buy a lot of stocks that don't pay dividends, but I do understand that certain companies, growth-wise, has a good potential for growth. Now, I'm not selling my stock. I'm never going to sell what I have in Robinhood. I made enough money if it was that the money that I have in Robinhood technically is free money. It was money that I made trading it first. And now I just left the money sitting there and I'm holding it. And I'm holding it forever because I can't lose no money because I already took out the bit that I made from it. So what's sitting in Robinhood is actually basically just profit money. But I'm holding it at $14 a share, roughly. It is literally at $120. That's like almost an 800% return on investment. Okay. It is, in my mind, I'm like blown at this. And my thing is this, I'm not saying that I know 100% what's going to happen with the stock market. But usually when you see like that, most people the fear part will say, oh, I'm not messing with it because all of the bad noise I keep hearing. I had a different perspective on it. I was like, I'm going to follow this and see how. And now here we are, Robinhood stock sitting at literally $120 a share. Unbelievable. And if you go check and look at Robinhood a year ago, I'm going to say a year ago. And I know it was lower than that. It was even lower than what I got it at, but I'm just saying a year ago, up until now.
Right.
And you think I'm bull crapping? I'll tell you right there. This is what I mean by sometimes. Now, I know you did buy some AGNC.
I sure did.
I know you did because you told me
that. I didn't wait.
Now.
Think I wait? I don't wait.
Now, I don't know exactly where you got that, but I know you got to be in the
Oh, absolutely.
Green with it because I know it's a little higher than, but I like it more so because of the dividend than anything. I like it more because of the dividend than anything. And matter of fact, we just got dividends for it last night, I believe it was.
So I haven't checked yet, but I'm going.
That particular company, I have probably about 500 shares of. I think overall, I might have about 500 shares. But again, in the green right now. I know you in the green. I'm in the green. If I'm in the green, I know you in the green because you actually got it cheaper than what I actually paid for.
I'm going to say like this: 3 of the stocks that you have mentioned since we've been talking. If you're in the green with them 3 stocks, you can best believe I'm in the green with them 3 stocks as well. Anytime, remember we ran down a list. I asked you to give me a list of everything that you said was best for me to actually look into. You gave me 10 stocks to look into. 7 out of those stocks are in the green, and I'm happy with that.
Oh, wow.
And I'm happy.
That's what's up, man.
I'm happy with that.
Again, and like I said, I every day of my life, since I really dug into this, I do it every single day. And I'm not saying I know 100%. And I kept telling people at this point, I said, I'm slowing down my investments. Why? Because the market is up. It's up. I don't want to buy. I have to really, really search through my whole portfolio to find something to buy. I kept saying I was buying. Not too long ago, I kept saying I was buying Smith & Wesson, right?
Right.
And I said, because I know something crazy going to happen. Now, Smith & Wesson stock jumped up this morning from like 8 something that I had. I don't even know. I think it's like $9 or something a share right now. I don't even know exactly where it's at. But I kept buying. I did the same thing with Ford. I was buying Ford. I said I want 100 shares of it. I'm up in the green with Ford. Pretty good. Again, watching that market, catching it when it's down, not letting the fear when everybody's running. When I start buying, I say the same stuff. And what ended up happening? A lot of stuff now, I'm in the green. Because I just slow walk it and I take my time.
But that's what it's all about.
Why the reason why I'm saying that is because follow my channel. If you're following Jay's channel, and like I said, Jay does a lot of reaction videos. But what I wanted to say to you, Jay, was since you already on here, whatever, I know we don't do it on days no more because we got the Fracker show. But I think if we get a chance to somewhere along the line, I would prefer that we do another show, maybe someday through the week where we can talk financial stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Ron, whenever
if
you
you
want,
yeah. Well, we can talk about more of a
Ron, just you know, the cellular device is Jay, we need to chop it up online. And I'm like, all right, give me a minute to jump right on.
Right, when we can do that. Yeah, it's cool where we can find a time where we can chop it up with stuff like that, because I know you spend a lot of time on as it relates to real estate, those type of programs that help people get started and stuff like that. And I'm talking with my oldest brother because at some point I'm gonna get him on the show one day, because he's been in real estate a minute too. He still has property and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get him on the show one day, man. Maybe if we can, maybe one of the days through the week where maybe me, you, and him, and we can talk about it. This is probably gonna be more you and him than me talking, even though I do know. But I think it's better to get other people's perspective than just my own.
Well, I'll be more than glad to, because especially
if I can get him on the show
now, it's like even some of my family members, I'm telling them to get into things now because there's so many grants that have come out of the woodworks, so that people can actually buy houses that will be beneficial to them, even if they want to rent them out. And I know it scares a lot of people to become landlords, yet this is the perfect time. So, whenever you want to chop it up, Ron, you got my phone. You got my phone. You know how to reach me. Just call me up. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know how to reach up. And just that it hit my head, and I said, you know what? Before I get up this loud, I don't want to forget, because you know how it is when you start to live and start to get involved with everything you get involved in. A lot of times I'll think of something, and then if I don't say it, and then I'll forget about it, and then I'll be like, all right, well, why it's on my head at the moment? I'm gonna use the moment to at least put it out there. I'm not the only one responsible for the information.
No, I got you. It's just, and I'm guilty of that too, because I know I said I was gonna email you some stuff, some photos, and I haven't emailed you yet. It's because something else had transpired with the facility. So when I get that on board, then I'll actually give you the information.
Yeah, and my thing, I'm looking at something else. I'm trying to find something, but just so y'all know, and it's not for nobody. This is, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm telling y'all now, I'm still gonna keep buying. Oh man, Scottish Bluebell, appreciate it very, very much. Oh man, look at this, y'all.
Wow.
Bless it.
Wow.
Bluebell, I just want you to know you are literally the first person to ever donate to my channel.
Wow.
Now, there was one that was a donation, but that was a try. So we were just trying to try something out. But appreciate you very, very much. You are the first donation I've got since I've gotten my channel monetized.
Wow.
Thumbs up, bro. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. So we're going to leave that up there. We're going to let that marinate.
Wow.
And I thank you. I appreciate you very much, bottom of my heart. And but yeah, Jay, I'm gonna. You know what? UPS is still sitting in the crapper.
It is, but I'm holding on to it. I'm holding on to it.
I think I'm going to keep buying.
I'm going to tell you like this.
I'm going to buy some more.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you didn't notice, UPS has a treasury platform called Roadie. Okay. And that company, that platform that they're using, it has a lot of traction. So it's going to grow. It's going to take some time for that platform to grow, in the essence, to outsmoke, and I really mean outsmoke, the DoorDash, the Ubers, and the Instacarts. That's my vision.
You said Roadie, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. My cousin Anthony used to do Roadie.
Okay. That's UPS. UPS owns Roadie.
So I know what you're talking about. He used to do.
What?
I didn't know that was UPS.
Yeah, that's UPS. UPS owns that platform.
Oh wow, I really didn't know that. Now, all right. So to piggyback off of what you said, right? Thank you, Chits for real. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you, Chits for real. Appreciate you very much. Listen, to piggyback on what you said about the UPS. Now, I know UPS is restructuring. They
Right.
trying to push out and shove out a whole lot of high dollar people that's making money, and I see what they're doing. And I know, so when you start to see this type of stuff, I know there's usually pain that come behind it. Yes, I know there's usually pain that come behind it. As far as UPS go, and so I know it's going to sit down for a minute. So I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to rack up as much as I can. Now, don't get me wrong. We ain't rich people over here. We talking normal, everyday, working class citizens trying to better themselves financially, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to rack up as much as I can. I'm pushing 7 shares of UPS. Y'all see how expensive UPS is. So don't pay me. I'm broke. But I'm at about 6 or 7 shares of it. And I'm still every time I get dividends, I've been dumping it over yes.
Hold on to them. I'm serious.
Huh?
I say hold on to that UPS share, man. Because when Rody really blows up,
I not know that UPS had owned. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I did not realize that UPS owned. Now that's just another reason for me to keep buying it. Now, honestly, that was a reason for me to keep buying it because I did not know that UPS owned Rody. That you just showed me something.
That's what we do. That's what we do on the Ron's channel. The Ron's opinion don't matter. In the Fantastic Show, we plant seeds when we got information that's helpful. That's all we do.
Yeah. All right. So, Greg asked the question: what is it about black culture that makes men want to stab us whites so much? All right, Greg. Let me address one thing first. It's not black people that want to stab white people at all. That's number one. The average black person, just so you know, is not interested in hurting nobody because of their skin color. That is the vast majority of black people not interested in hurting nobody just on their skin color alone. Now, what that idiot did on the subway train, that's not black.
No,
people.
That wasn't.
That's an idiot that just happened to be black. That's a fool. That's a mental person off. Just happened to be black. So most black people don't have no problem with white people, just like most white people don't have black people. A lot of times we let social media dictate what people really are like. I see white people all the time. I see black people all the time. Number one, I look at a white person and say, you know what, I want to stab him. I don't even think about stuff like that. So I get the question that you're asking, but the reality of it is that black people don't think that way. White people don't think that way. The vast human beings don't think that way.
Look,
they just go ahead.
I didn't want to jump in this conversation with this type of smoke, Ron. I'm going to apologize on your channel right now. But that question right there is so ignorant. It's ignorance. That is clear ignorance. Because if you take the word,
that's number one.
Word whites and you put it where black culture is, and you say, what is it about white culture that makes the men want to stab us blacks so much? If we turn that table around, wasn't that happening for many centuries? Even still now to this day, called the sundown town. Like, really, that's a real stupid ass question. You talking about a person who is mentally unstable, took it out on a person who just happens to be of a Caucasian complexion, and they got pissed off because they had 5 other black people to stab. But this white girl, the only one thing that stuck out because he knew if he stabbed the white girl, he'll go back to jail. Did anybody think about that? He didn't want to be on the streets. He preferred to hurt somebody and put his ass in jail. That's why it's a stupid ass question. That's a stupid ass question.
His brother.
I'm just saying.
Right. His
that's
brother.
A stupid ass question.
It is. Now here's the thing. His brother and his mother made a statement. His mother put him out the house because something was wrong with him. She was afraid of him. She said, I had to put him out the house because he was off. So here's my point. If mother was afraid of him, does it really have anything to do with skin color?
Absolutely not. Absolutely nothing.
Right. So my point, I get that is a vague question, but the reality is that no, the vast majority of people don't think like that. We're not out here trying to hurt somebody based on their skin color. There are people out there like that, but that's not black people, and nor is it mostly white people that think that way. But my thing is this: is that here's a thought that I had earlier today, and I'm gonna ask this question because So Jay, let me ask you a question. Since me and you, we open, we talk real talk, right?
Real talk.
If a Chinese man, right, is about as white as white man, am I right?
Yeah.
Does he consider himself white?
Absolutely not.
So I go into a Dunkin' Donuts not far from me, and it's most of them in there are Indian, right? Two of them in there is by far darker than me.
Right.
Do they consider themselves to be black?
Absolutely not.
So where do we get this from?
Ignorance.
When you say melanated, that's why it makes more sense.
That's
because here we are, white and black. Here's my thing. If I go, I know Hispanic people that is dark as I don't know what. They don't say they black. They say they Hispanic. No. This is the reason why I tell people I'm American. Because all of these skin colors come in different races.
Yeah.
You can't just take a race and say it's we all no. This is the stupidity of it. This is how stupid it is.
Totally.
Right? So when you say I'm a white man, I don't see Chinese people who is white is just as pale as you are. They white. Now that lady that got killed on the subway. Here's where people. I don't know if anybody noticed, but she escaped Ukraine.
Yeah.
The war in Ukraine, because she was Ukrainian. Yeah. She didn't say she was a white woman. She was Ukrainian. So let's be clear who she was. She left Ukraine because of the war situation, only to come to America and die heinously on the subway by nitwit crazy fool.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
You about to say it right, the Negro. Yeah, you say it right, the nigga. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna say it for you, the nigga. I'm gonna say it for you.
Right. Black people in my place. Right. And that's all that is.
That's all
it is. All that is.
That's all it is.
Because if this same dude was if his own family members with him, because they thought he was going to do something to them, they're melanated people. So you think he killed her because she was white? I don't care what came out of his mouth. She was a target, an easy target.
Yep, he was an easy target.
That's it. And this is the reason why I tell women, number one, number two, stop being so engaged in that darn phone that you're not looking at what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her, she was more engaged on that phone than what was around her. And I'm not saying it's her fault, because it's not one bit is it her fault. But this is why I tell women, stop being so gullible and think that everything is safe around you. Look, she didn't see that coming.
Because she didn't believe it was going to happen. Like you said, she escaped the wars in her country. She wasn't expecting that to happen.
Now, I want to make this other part clear too. And this is what this is where I have a problem with a lot of these big time YouTubers. Like, I'm going to mention them by name. Johnson.
Oh shit.
Officer Tainer. And I'm mentioning them by name. I don't care what they got to say. I'm mentioning them by name. They are adding fuel to the fire.
Oh,
because
man.
they keep pointing out skin color as opposed to addressing behavior. All for clickbait. They keep pointing out skin color as opposed to addressing behavior. I don't care if listen, I am not one to be polite about stuff. And they're wrong. They're flat out wrong. Because you care more about likes and clicks. You want to address the behavior. That man was off. And it's people like those type of guys. Listen, I listen to them sometimes. I don't hate none of them. But I know how to point out when y'all wrong.
Right.
And y'all wrong about that. Y'all are adding to the problem.
Right.
Because y'all bringing up race too. Go ahead, Jay. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. Go ahead.
No, you ain't gotta be quiet. This is your show. I'm the guest. I'm the guest in your show. I'll be the one that's quiet. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I agree with you.
No, you go ahead, man. I mean, because I know you have.
It's just like on my show. On my show, I say the same thing. I don't find humor in what's happening. I find humor in the actions and the behavior of the people, because that's what makes it funny. It's not the situation. Okay, that's the reason why my show is the way it is. So I understand that point, and I agree with you. Nobody should be focusing on the color of a person's skin just to get clicks, and clicks and likes and grow your subscribers. That's just the wrong way to do it, because at the end of the day, someone's going to figure out what you're doing. Okay, just like that other girl, that was a DoorDasher, and all of a sudden she turned around, she started scamming people. She scammed people out of millions of dollars, and look at her now. I'm just saying. If all these people are so stupid in their minds and they're so gullible to fall with this trickery, so let them. Then it makes it, it just makes it easier for people like ourselves that we come with real substance. Like I always say, quality over quantity is what's more better. That's a fact. I prefer quality over quantity. I'm just gonna say this, okay? So all these other people, I watch Tatum. A lot of stuff Tatum talks about makes me laugh, and I agree with a lot of his stuff, and I disagree with a lot of the stuff. And I'm going to disagree with a whole lot of people when they say something stupid when it comes down to color. Because just like in my home country, we have women and men with blonde hair, blue eyes, and as white as a piece of paper that goes into a computer. Okay? And then we also have people as dark as a damn driveway that you drive out on, as black as tar. That when they stand in the dark, all you see is teeth. Okay? So that's why I don't believe in this.
That shows you the level of ignorance that they are. Because
if you're Caucasian,
you're ignorant.
I'm gonna call you Caucasian. Real simple. If you're a man, I'm gonna call you man. You're a woman, I'm gonna call you a woman. If you're an in between, I'm gonna tell you crazy. Simple. That's my opinion. That's what it is. I'm not gonna be mad at you because that's what you chose to do. But I'm gonna call you exactly what I see. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Why do I need to be nice about it? Why I gotta be nice? Why do you need to force me to be nice to you?
Here's my point that people like Johnson and them.
Right. Get out of here.
Here's what y'all don't know. Here's what y'all don't know. And I'm gonna tell y'all how much I want y'all to look this and tell me where I'm wrong at, right? And Johnson as an example. Just so y'all know, Benny Johnson reached out to me one time to come on his show. And I'm not lying about that. And that was a while ago. When I posted a video of me being at the Trump rally, he reached out to me to come on his show, right? I wasn't on there, but he reached out to me. Now, I did not know a whole lot about Benny Johnson then. And don't get me wrong, I like Benny Johnson to some extent. But this is where this is where I don't like about what he does. All right. When Trump was running for the election, right? Benny Johnson was all in the hood, right? Am I right? Handing out MAGA hats. Talk about the brothers are voting for Trump. The brothers are voting for Trump. All of y'all here for the Trump. The brothers are voting for Trump, right? Soon as Trump got elected and then everything else, now he's out criticizing putting black criticism out there and going after black people on the very same people that he was trying to get to vote for Trump. Now he out there trying to criticize, pointing out black guy kills white guy girl. But you wasn't saying that stuff when you needed the black vote to get Trump elected.
Right.
He isn't talking that way. This is where I had to pull out the hypocrisy of this guy. To some extent, I like him, but this is the stuff that I don't. This is the stuff about him that I don't like. When they were trying to get me wrong, y'all know I voted for Trump, and I'm Trump, and I'm not putting Trump in the circle of what Benny Johnson is. That's not what I'm doing. My point is, you was all black brothers and all this other stuff when it was running to this election, but now all of a sudden, every time something happened, I want to point out black and white. You're part of the problem because you keep bringing up skin color. And this is what I keep saying. These type of people keep bringing up skin color. So y'all now become a part of the problem. Same thing with Officer Tainer. The same thing with the Hodge twins. I like these guys to some extent, but this part of it is where they contribute to the problem. Because none of these people will ever spend time in these type of communities to actually make them better if they felt that way for real. All for clickbait and to get attention. And to make other people, other races think that all black people, what we know melanated people, behave that way. Because that's where that statement that the person made came from. Because now they thinking that everybody behave and act that way. Listen, I'm not looking for nobody's approval. That's one thing. I'm not looking for. But this is what they're doing. They're adding and they're contributing to the very thing that they keep saying they want to go away. You can't say you want racism to go away and you don't want to judge people based off of their skin color and but the content of the character. But yet, every time you put out a story, you keep bringing up the skin color. Am I right? Or am I wrong?
You're right. You're right. Because it's like I was told one time before, it was wrong for me to say certain things on my channel. That's what I was told. On top of that, I was told that some of the people on my channel were getting offended. I said, okay. And of course, I started thinking about it. I said, okay, well, they might be getting offended because it might be hitting close to home, and it's true. Then what I do, I start talking about the white folks, right? Everybody started laughing and giggling and all this other stuff. But why is that? Why is it when you talk about a specific race, everybody wants to get happy? But in actuality, it don't matter what race color you are. You all in the same boat doing the same dirt, whether it's causing crime, robbing, stealing, shoplifting. The crime doesn't have a color. The crime is the person.
No, it don't. Is it? The crazy part about this, Jay, is that me and you, we grew up close to the same.
Yeah, we did.
Same era. Many an episode of All in the Family and the Jeffersons.
Yes, we did.
And now, you can't get bigotry than those two shows.
Oh, absolutely not. They were classic.
But guess what? We thought nothing of it. It was all humor to us.
Right.
It was all humor.
Yes, it was.
And somewhere along the line, it was humor. Because we understood that everybody's not like that.
Yes, that's true.
It was funny. We didn't take it personal. Like, oh, these people now are taking this stuff like life is this way. Like everybody black don't like white people. Everybody white that don't like people. Everything is about race, and skin color. I mean, the reality of it, put down your phone, go outside and move around and see what really going on.
Yep.
See how many white people actually say something to you that's derogatory. See how many black people that say something to you that's derogatory. See, that is not a big issue in your life, is my point.
It's sure not. It's sure not.
Racism is not the first thing that pops up in your head when you wake up in the morning. That is not even an issue that you even can counter on a day-to-day basis. You will think about hopefully your car start faster than you would think about racism.
Hell, I'll give you one even better. You better hope that you're able to wake up.
Right.
If you don't wake up, you ain't seeing none of it.
Listen. I follow these channels, and some stuff that they have is actually useful. But this is where I don't bang with them. This is where when it gets to these type of stuff, and they write these colors of these stories to try to get likes and clicks, this is where I don't bang with them. This is where I have a problem with them. outside of that, you know, there's useful information sometimes that they put out, and that's why I like what Denzel Washington said. It to me was the best. Was if you watch the news, you're misinformed, but if you don't watch it, you're uninformed. I watch the stuff just to know exactly what's going on. It don't mean to leave y'all. It don't even mean I want you. Exactly.
Because you got to know what
top to bottom said that.
It's better to know what the people are thinking, so you know
right on point.
Yourself. Bottom line.
Most of what happens on social media is entertainment.
Yes.
And you better take it as so. Take it as so. Like the Factatula show is entertainment.
So it is entertainment. Ron's opinion don't matter. It's substance because it does matter.
It's some reality going on. The people getting evicted is reality. The people that's getting evicted is reality. But here's the thing: by the time we see the show, they already evicted.
Yeah, they're evicted already.
We just looking at the after effect.
And it's just like.
Honestly, my thing is this. But it's honestly, I enjoy the show. Like what Jay does the reaction videos, it's fun time for me. I enjoy the show. Now, on most of the time when I'm on here, I'm talking what I spend most of the time in. I try to make money every day. I try to talk business, make money, investing in stuff like that. Some of my stuff is legal. I try to educate people on.
And that's why I sit in the background, because I want to hear about all the stocks I need to buy and what's beneficial to me. That's why I sit in your channel in the background.
And, you know, I talk gun content. I talk money, but I also joke around a lot. I do.
Yeah, you do.
I joke around a whole lot. If you one of my lives that was on there when them liberals was on there and they was coming at my neck, I was laughing. I was like, "Yeah, y'all welcome to come."
I couldn't get in. You had over 700 people just straight screaming and hollering, and I was like, "Can I get in there and let them know I'm standing by watching?" I just had to listen
because I know what's coming with that. And I said, I'm about to go in here and I'm about to have fun. But again, fun, enjoying. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Enjoying the uniqueness of each individual, and we don't have to hurt nobody. Let's have fun. That's it. When they come on my live, they call me all types of names. They call me coon. They call me all, and I be trying to look for some originality because they all say the same old stuff. I'm like, come on, man, give me something. Give me some good stuff. Like, come up with something different. Right. It's all the same stuff.
All the same.
And what happens after a while when you realize that all that stuff you saying
boring
and don't have no luster? Eventually, you get brain freeze and you don't have nothing else. You don't have nothing to come up with. So you just keep repeating the same thing. Repeat.
Yeah.
That shows me that your brain don't go no further than that. You got to go learn some new stuff. So you need to go watch a few comedy shows and get your stuff together. Because I like when people make fun of me. It's cool. It's cool. Don't bother me.
So they don't come at me with
because at the end of the day, guess what? When I close videos, I got 150 watch hours. Half of them came from y'all making fun of me. That's capitalism at its best. I'm capitalizing off of people making fun. It's all right. But I'm the dummy, right, Jay? I'm the dummy. Yeah, so I love capitalism. I don't care what nobody say. I thank God for capitalism. Invent this system, but once I learned it, I like it.
That's what it's all about.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all longer. But Jay, I appreciate you coming in, brother. And you know, 100%, you're always welcome on the show, man. You know.
I am humbled all the time when you ask me and allow me to be part of your world. And like I said, anytime you see me or you need me, you just call me. Yo, Jay, I need you on the live, and I'm gonna jump right on in with you, brother. Don't ever worry about that. Straight up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let you know right now. You might want to get ready.
I'm like Fred G. Sanford.
There's gonna be some times you're gonna probably be doing my show.
I'm always ready. I'm just like Freddie, ready. I'm ready all the time. Whether it's smoke or no smoke, I'm ready because I got receipts. I move.
But if anybody's still on this live, please hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the subscribe button. Please check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. My favorite products, hands down. My favorite hair care products, hand down. I'll argue that with anybody. You ain't gonna find nothing better. But that's my opinion. But it's a good opinion. It's the right opinion. But it's a real talk. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like that, it's been a blessing to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you on this live, please check out his top to bottom hair and skincare products. And anyone I tell you, you're not gonna regret it. And the Afro Magic, that's my favorite. It wasn't supposed to be my favorite, but it became my favorite. It wasn't supposed to, it became my favorite. But I didn't realize what it was doing at first. I was like, wait a minute, why my Afro look so tight? And then when y'all pointed it out, I said, man, that's what it is. And that's why I had to go do that video and show y'all what was going on. But yeah, like I said, but yeah, Jay, we go we gotta work on some we'll work on other stuff down when we get a chance, whatever. I do want to bring in a different maybe one day through the week or whatever. We do a collab video on something else. And it's open. It ain't just you, it's opening one of the people on my live, my regulars. Like my brother out the pit. I mean, I know he be working and stuff like that, but it don't matter which one of y'all. I mean, y'all already know that.
Look, don't matter to me none, man.
I mean, I wouldn't be right where I'm at if I didn't have the support team and the people behind me that I have behind me.
Whether it's 1 minute or 1 hour, whether it's 1 minute or 1 hour in your realm, in your world, I'm good with it. Don't matter to me none.
I got a question for you and top to bottom Hanks skincare. Are you guys gonna be doing more lives that way?
Which way?
How y'all did it at the house, like kind of like an online store. I feel like I was watching Home Shopping Network.
I'm gonna let the queen answer that one.
I know. Huh? I like it. I like it. So here's what I want. All right, I'm gonna throw this out here. Now I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna see where it sticks at. But what days are y'all gonna do it on?
Leave it up to me. It's gonna be every day.
All right. So here's what I want to do for my channel, not y'all channel, but I wanted y'all to do your store. But I want to air it through my channel. I want to air it through my channel when y'all doing your store. Like, I don't want me. I want to air with you when y'all do your store. I want to air it through my channel. But this is what happened in my head. Now y'all already know I've been thinking too much, probably too much. But I want to do like a top to bottom Tuesday.
Okay.
But I just was using that as a catchphrase. So here's what Jay, I mean, we have to figure out how to do it. So what I want to do is I want to go live. I want to be able to we're gonna bring it through my channel also. Just air it through my channel. That's all. I don't want to be on it. I just want to air it so that that way y'all possibly reach a bigger audience through my channel. So just let me know, Jay, and top to bottom, and we'll figure out how to make that work.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this right now. I'm gonna leave that up to the Queen of Queens, because I already know
she's answering the questions in me.
I already know how to do it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I already know how to do it. So it's up to you. It's up to you two to agree to it, and then I'll just show y'all how to do it.
All right, let me know when. And y'all kind of. I got. Of course, I can't always be there, but if because of work and stuff like that. But if we can find a time to make it happen where I can just click it in and I wrote and do what I gotta do on a daily. Okay. I think it will help. Maybe hopefully y'all reach an audience. You know what I mean? I have to say it now, Jay, because if I leave here and I go do something else, I'm gonna forget everything I was thinking.
So I tell you what, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna send you a text message so you can have it in your text message. And every 3 days, I'll text you again with the idea, with the question mark idea.
Okay, cool. That works. I already know if it hit my head now, I will. It will leave my brain in a minute. I mean, and I'm like, oh man, what was that I was thinking about? Oh man.
Right. No,
and then I'm cracking my brain.
I got you. You know, I'm a firm believer, not believing.
Yeah, we can do that, Jay.
But I'm gonna say like this. I got you.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. And you just let me know. Y'all just let me know, and we can find if it can fit in my time. I'll let you know. Like I gotta work, so
yeah,
I gotta know what time it's gonna be. That way I can set it up. Set it up, and then you can roll with it. And I don't have. It's not even about me being on it. I just want the chance for y'all to be able to reach a bigger audience. Yeah. So just let me know. Well, you got it now. I ain't got to think about it no more.
I'll just hit you up with the particulars. How's that? if you and the Queen of Queen come to an agreement, I'll just put together the particulars and y'all run with that. How about that?
Well, she already said yes. Look, she said T to B Tuesday. So we can figure out a day on Tuesdays, right? We can figure that out. And then we good.
All right, I'll hit you up with the particulars. And I think it's gonna be real easy when I hit you up with the particulars.
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. That'll work. I mean, and then that way people will get a chance to recording, but people might have more questions that don't actually follow your channel or her channel to know what's going on.
Right.
And you might have a possibility to reach, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, it's we'll figure that out, bro. Just let me know, give me details, what you need, and we'll go from there. Whatever case. I don't want to hold nobody up because I know everybody got to get back to their beautiful lives like I have.
Well, you know me, I'm just a squirrel in your world, and I appreciate having my tail wagging.
I gotta get back to work anyways. You don't really want to be in my world. You're gonna be like, what the hell?
Ron, we kind of grew up in the same age era. Come on now. We shared a lot of the same stuff. Come on now. It's just this virtual world to make it a little more fun.
It's almost crazy because even Anthony said the same thing. He was like, yo, hi, all four at Home Depot. But yeah, I talked to him, man. He said he enjoyed the show, man. He hopefully he's going to participate more often because I think he's actually a great addition to the show, bro. If you think about it,
he is.
When he came in here with that mask on, bro.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. I had to watch the beginning of that damn thing. I was in stitches when I see it. The first thing that came to mind was Ed Norton and the Honeymooners. That's straight up. The man from Mars.
But that's his character. That's how he is. He's a jokester, like probably more of a jokester than I am. But that's him. That's him being him. I know when he said he was coming on the show, that all those thoughts ran through his head. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a straight fool."
And it's more than welcome. Straight up.
But let me get out there. Here.
Yep.
Like I always tell people, please let God be first, man. Let God be first, man. In the world that we live in and all that's going on, man, make sure you're good with God.
Facts. And as I
that's
said,
all I got to say. I ain't say perfect. You're good with God.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And I'll pick it back off of that closing statement. I'm going to say, never say bye to your loved ones. Always tell them you see them later. Because tomorrow's not promised.
Exactly. He's absolutely right. And what he said and what I said, that means make sure you're good with God. And make sure you'll see y'all later. And I'm here. Peace.